Okay, first off, I assume you're trying out for drum major. Good luck. I commend you. I totally went through the same thing a couple weeks ago. I understand where you're coming from right now. Well, so I watched the video like 4 different times, and I made a bunch of notes on sticky notes, as you can see. So I'm just going to go through those, and keep in mind, I'm going to be as critical as I would be on myself. If that makes any sense. I'm usually pretty hard on myself, but you did a lot of really good things. But, I don't know if our schools have different styles of conducting, but, I mean, that's entirely possible. But, you know, if it were our band, I would say that your ictus was a little low, and I'm just assuming you know what an ictus is. Not a lot of people do. But, if you don't know, an ictus is one of those, it's basically the part where, the point where your whole form comes into. If that makes any sense? You probably know what I'm talking about, and you're probably like, shut up, fool, I know what I'm talking about. But, yeah, I think your ictus is a little bit low, and, usually my conductor person told me that I should have my ictus, like, not really shoulder, but like a little lower than shoulder, so probably right here would be my ictus. I don't know, maybe just a suggestion. Again, all suggestions. But, okay, your form in the beginning is really, like, swooshy-ish, and not really pointed, like, it was a great effort to, like, you know, have a contrasted difference between, you know, the soft bit of the music and the loud, like, you know, the bouncy bit of the music, but it was a little bit too, like, not defined enough, and I think that, well, at least our judges, they wanted defined forms. I don't know. Anyway, so I would define your form a bit, like kind of bounce where they are, like even though your song's a bit like, you know, soft and slow at the beginning, and make sure you do the downbeats really well. Like you have a kind of small downbeats in the beginning. I mean, they get bigger and they're totally, you know, there's this one part where I was just like, oh yeah, heck yes, that's an awesome downbeat. But in the beginning, make sure you do the downbeats like 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, define your form, and yeah, so I have to say about that, define your form. And prep your cues and your crescendos more. Like, you tend to like just kind of come out of the thing and just like kind of cue. And by the way, you totally look when you cue. I had a problem with that. I don't know why. But you look when you cue, which is a really good thing. But I don't think you prep enough. Like, it's kind of like, well, I don't know what it's kind of like. But it doesn't give the band enough time to react to what you're saying. So what my conductor told me to do was to, like, come up here. So it would be like, hey band, look at this hand, look at this hand, hey, you're supposed to play something there. I'm a total freak, I know. But, yes. So, I would start, like, you have a couple of them. A couple of really good cues, but, like, you should go, like, 1, 2, 3, 4. See, I don't even look when I cue. I'm crazy. But, so, prep when you cue and prep when you crescendo. It's like grabbing a telephone, I think, is what they told me to do, which is kind of weird. Kind of really weird. But, so, like, grab that telephone. I said bigger downbeats, and, like, again, I was saying that there was one really good one. I think it was around a minute. Good looking. Yeah, I meant good looking at your cues. Whoa. Also, when you get into the bouncier part of the music, I think you should be bouncier with your, you know, you need to make your form bouncier there, like kind of defined yet bouncier, because it's kind of, toward the end, it's kind of molding into what it was before, like kind of wishy-washy. So, like, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and she's bouncier. Ooh, you did that height change thing at the end. That was really cool. But yeah, that thing. And remember to what was the one thing I didn't write down? There was something I wrote down and I wanted to talk about it. Bouncier, good height change. Oh, also remember to use your conducting space, because you have to remember that the entire band's going to have to watch for you from across the football field. And if you're doing like really small forms, I mean, it's good to do some sort of contrast, but like you want to make your form bigger as like you're crescendoing or something, and like create some bigger contrast between, you know, kind of small and soft and sweet and then big and bouncy and happy. And be sure to use your conducting space, because as a conductor you would need to use that space, because, you know, the band won't be able to see you from that far away. And the same reason that you want to do the wishy-washy, you don't want to do the wishy-washy thing, you want to define form so that the band can see you from far away. So yeah, I would say raise your rictus, but that may be a school thing, don't know. Pointed form, preps, and for bigger preps and cues for your crescendos, and bigger preps for cues and crescendos. Bigger downbeats. Good job looking on, you know, when you cue. Remember, bouncier form, and you can do a lot of different things, like you can do a little footwork, like when you get into that one big bouncier part, you can step out. It's just something extra to throw in there. You also remember your stance, like sometimes you kind of slouch to one side at one point, and I wouldn't do that because it doesn't look very official, like standing at attention. Well, I hope this has helped you out some, and I hope you make it. And if you have any questions about anything I've rambled on about in this video, please don't hesitate to email me. I shall be here, supposedly. Yeah. Yes, and good luck.